Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. So you guys have asked a lot, and finally I am delivering. Today we are going to do a what I eat in a day. Now, honestly, this more appropriately would be called what I randomly ate that day, because there really are no rules or consistencies in my diet, other than the fact that I try to eat a variety of vegetables in my day. And usually I succeed at that, but sometimes I don't. Maybe I'm traveling a lot, or I'm working outside the home all day, and that is honestly okay. Ultimately, my diet is not perfect, it's not clean. I just kind of try to eat a variety of whole foods, but I also believe in convenience. As long as I feel good, that's really all that matters to me. But the most important thing I want to say before we get into this footage is that this is not intended to be a diet how-to. This is not even a recipe how-to. This is for entertainment purposes only, not even information purposes, because there is nothing prescriptive about this diet. Honestly, this is more kind of just a glimpse into my life as a busy mom, and it's not meant to be a suggestion of how to eat, or even really a representation of what my daily diet looks like. So without ado, let's take a look.
Good morning, everyone. I just woke up. I'm talking really quietly because my baby's sleeping, my dog's sleeping, my husband's sleeping, and I don't want to wake him up. But I'm gonna have a little bit of water and I'm gonna go and do my workout. So get the day started. Let's do it. Okay, so I just got back from my workout and I feel great. I've just refilled my water here. I probably drink at least 4 of these a day. I'm a big water drinker, but I'm really obsessed with sparkling water, so I use my SodaStream for that. And this is not an ad, but I just love my SodaStream. I can hear baby E squawking, so I'm gonna start to put together a really quick little breakfast for him and I to have together. And of course, I also still have breast milk for him that I pumped for him for the past year, so I've still got quite a good stash. So he has a little bit of breast milk in the morning as well. So let's get to it, because I can hear he wants me to come get him. It is very hard to do this with one hand. How the hell am I going to do this? Okay, I'm just gonna, you guys know how to peanut butter bread, I assume. We'll just pat it. No, I'm just gonna do this properly. Okay, so baby E is playing with himself right now, and I just really quickly whipped this up. I didn't have time to do anything really extravagant, but this is gonna do for his first kind of little breakfast and my little quick breakfast snack after my workout. So I've got some whole wheat toast with some banana and hemp hearts, because I'm obsessed with hemp hearts. And for baby E, we've got some ricotta, little berries, some peanut butter toast, some hemp hearts on that. So yummy. So I'm just having a little quick breakfast snack here with baby E. I always try to have my meals with baby E, because it's really good for modeling eating behavior and table manners and just starting that kind of family meal tradition. It also helps when, if they're unsure about a certain food, but they see somebody else that they really trust, like mom or dad or a caregiver eating it, they're more likely to try. So if you guys are struggling with picky eating at home, of course, make sure that you're consistently showing your kids that you enjoy those kinds of foods that you're wanting them to eat. It really does make a big difference. So that's why, of course, I'm kind of having the same foods that he is today. So we're having some peanut butter toast, lots of hemp hearts. So you can see right here, awesome, great as a little post-workout snack. Now I'm eating with my mouth open, very rude. Are you having fun? But of course, out of privacy, a lot of you guys probably know I don't show images of baby E, so I just want to kind of keep his identity to himself, and one day maybe he'll be a little YouTube celebrity. He's wanting to figure out what's going on right now, but of course I wanted to make that decision for himself. So we're gonna enjoy our breakfast, and I will catch you soon. Bobby, eat your food. Eat your food. Y'all have to have breakfast, right?
This is what we do in the morning.
Yep, that's probably not how Poppy wants to eat her kibble. Thank you, baby E. That's so nice. Yeah.
So as you can hear, oh my God, this is the soundtrack of my life, guys. Honestly, guys, I love motherhood, but there's just too much wheels on the bus in my life. He loves it. That's all that matters. But I'm just gonna play here with baby E until my nanny gets here and my assistant gets here. We've got a full day of recipe testing. I'm gonna make a little more breakfast for baby E and I. And yeah, enjoy this beautiful summer day. Okay, I've been saved by the nanny, and now I'm gonna have a really quick shower because I've got a really crazy day, and I definitely need to get started ASAP. Now's my favorite time of day. It's coffee time.
All right, all done. Little almond milk latte action here. Also, I'm going to take my probiotic, which I take pretty much every day whenever I remember, of course. And that, of course, is just really important for keeping my gut nice and happy.
At first sip is pretty much my favorite part of the day. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm kind of struggling with this setup here, but I'm gonna do my best so that you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna make a really quick little frittata. It's a great way to use up any leftovers that you have in the fridge, and baby E loves it. It's a great way to get the iron in, of course, from the eggs. So I've just kind of cleared out my fridge with any little vegetables and cheese and things like that I've got, and I'm gonna have it as a little mid-morning second breakfast snack kind of thing, and also the same for baby because he didn't eat a ton this morning, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna be a little hungry before his nap. So let's get to it. So I'm using my hubby's eggs from the farm, which are these grass-fed and free-range eggs, and as far as I'm concerned, they're pretty happy hens, though I appreciate that a lot of my vegans probably wouldn't agree with that. This is the kind of breakfast that I would like make, and then any leftovers I'd put in the fridge and I would just pull out throughout the week for baby E. Okay, so before I add anything else in there, I just want to show you how amazing these look. Look. They are bright orange. They are packed with nutrition, so very excited about this. Quick little whisk. And then, just based on what I've got in the fridge, I had some cherry tomatoes that I've just halved. I've also got some, so like I steam like a ton of broccoli for baby E. So I figure I'll like throw some of this in, some of like the smaller pieces. I've got so much of it. I have a feeling he's gonna get sick of broccoli this week, so this is a great way to switch it up so it's not just plain old steamed broccoli. That looks good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Not too much salt because baby's having this, so I don't want it to be too salty. A little bit of olive oil, and then this looks good. I'm just going to throw that all in here. It's going to be a thinner, almost like a little omelet style frittata, but I just don't want this to be so puffy and thick that baby has a hard time getting through it. So I think this is going to be a perfect size for us. We're just kind of freestyling it. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm like, where's the camera? Here. All right, and then of course we're gonna add some cheese. So I always have cheese. This is like a really good kind of natural buffalo mozzarella, which is super melty and delish, and baby E loves it. So I keep a little bit shredded just for him for snacking as well. So this is going to a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes or so until it's nice and cooked through. Okay, this looks good. Yay! All right, I'm gonna let that cool, and then we're gonna dig in. So we've got some little frittata for baby E, some kiwi, some avocado. I'm gonna have the same thing, just a slightly larger portion. Look at how yellow those eggs are.
So good. And I've got lots of leftover frittata that I'm gonna pop in the fridge and have for breakfast or snack later, or for baby E for a snack or lunch as well. So we just made these like awesome kind of no-bake granola bars that are baby and toddler friendly. And of course, like all the little bits that have fallen as I cut them, this is going to be my snack today. So this is basically mom food. Mom food are the scraps, the little bits and pieces that babies don't eat, that dogs don't eat. But of course, you don't want to throw out because we don't want to waste food. And this is actually really delicious. So it's just got oats and iron fortified baby cereal, hemp hearts, some prunes for constipation because nobody wants to constipate a baby, lots of natural peanut butter, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's really tasty though. And I put some freeze-dried fruit on top because it adds some natural sweetness.
And for my moms and dads, the recipe for those amazing baby and toddler friendly granola bars are in the comments below, and you're probably gonna enjoy them as well.
Hi. Okay, so we're gonna make a really quick little lunch. I've been cooking, doing some recipe testing today, so I've got some veggies, but of course I wanna give me and baby E a little bit of protein to go with. I'm really close to this fish here. I'm going to cook up some of this beautiful black cod with just a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice, keeping it super, super simple. And so yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm just going to put this into a hot oven. Where are you? Hot oven, and get it cooked all the way through. Okay.
Okay, they look like they're done. They look awesome. All right, so I'm gonna plate up a little lunch for baby E and me.
So basically, as you're about to see, most of the things that I eat are things that we are like recipe testing that day for the blog or channel. So that day we had made this like awesome peach romesco sauce with like cauliflower steaks. I'm gonna leave the recipe down below, so you're gonna wanna check that out. But yeah, if we're not recipe testing that day for some reason, then maybe I'll eat like leftovers from the last time we tested, which is probably like just a day or so before, and there's always an excess of like recipe testing recipes and food in the fridge. And if there's not, then like I'll pick up a salad at the grocery store, or I'll just like compile random leftovers into a meal. But basically, I do not have time to make myself like a gourmet lunch every single day with a million other things that we have going on. Just not realistic for a working mom.
Okay, so this is this awesome peach and roasted red pepper Romanesco sauce that I made for this recipe that I was testing today. This is the recipe actually I was testing. It says beautiful cauliflower steaks with this Romanesco. Obviously a delicious side, but maybe not like enough for me for a main course. So I've just made this little black cod. I'm gonna add some more of the Romanesco on top just to add some extra little flavor and sauce. Same with baby E's, because I think he's gonna love the peach kind of flavor, and it's not spicy, so it's really, really yummy. So this is gonna be a little mommy and me lunch for baby E. We've got the watermelon, some fresh buffalo mozzarella. I just took the little bits from the cauliflower steaks that kind of fall off, and I've steamed them for him, so it's really easy to eat. And then we've got some black cod with the Romanesco, and I'm gonna have a cauliflower steak with the black cod.
As you guys know, I am not vegan, but I do try to choose sustainable fish as my kind of animal food of choice as often as I can. And this black cod is one of our favorites in the house.
This stuff is so good, I could like eat that alone. And if I haven't already put this onto my blog yet, I definitely will be soon, so we'll leave a link in the description below for this recipe so that you guys can have it before the summer is over. But like yummy. So good.
Okay, so I got to escape the house today for a quick minute because I have a podiatry appointment today. Because apparently I've got like grandma feet, and I need some new orthotics. But of course that's a great excuse. I needed a quick little fix. This is decaf almond milk latte, just because I try to stick to now 1 coffee a day. I've really been trying to cut back for fertility sake, but also because it's the afternoon now, and I know that if I have too much coffee in the afternoon, I am not going to sleep well, and I'm a terrible sleeper to begin with. So decaf it is.
Just wait and see the doctor.
Good, I got my coffee.
Fascinating breathing material. Bunions.
That was so strange. We just basically made a cast of my feet. But yeah, cheers to having grandma feet.
Okay, time for a little afternoon delight, as they say. So I'm gonna put together my own little trail mix here with all the random snacks that I have in the cupboard, because if you saw my pantry, you'd be like, holy shit, this girl has way too many snacks. So I'm gonna start with these little chili chickpeas. They're super awesome. These ones are chili lime flavored, so a couple handfuls of these. Yes, you can make your own, and I do, but sometimes these brands like send me stuff, so I'm gonna eat them. I've also got some pistachios that we have spent hours shelling. It's kind of therapeutic to shell pistachios, so we kind of enjoy it. So just like a small handful of that, and then I've got a small handful of these like little coconut chips, which are super, super tasty too. So a little bit of that. I'm obsessed with these. I could just eat them all day. So yeah, it looks awesome. That's my little snack for this afternoon.
So here is my little snack mix. Excited to dig in. We've got lots of crunchy things, and I like all the crunchy things. But of course, all of these things are choking hazards, so not for baby E. Instead, these are all of his favorite foods, literally. Tomatoes, favorite food. Grapes, favorite food. These are no added sugar banana, peanut butter, muffins that I make for him that are super, super nutrient dense. Lots of hemp hearts as well, which I am obsessed with, and he is obsessed with these as well.
These peanut butter banana mini muffins are amazing. They've got no sugar added, so they are definitely one of my favorites to give baby E. So you can check out the recipe below.
So I'm just gonna quickly get a little bit of packing done. I can hear baby screaming, trying to sleep, but not sleeping, of course. But we're going to college tomorrow, so I need to get everything ready so we can get out the door first thing in the morning. So just gonna get all my bathing suits together. I don't know how, like, I have no space in my bags because baby E takes up an entire bag for all of his stuff. Typical man. But we're gonna try to cram it all in. So it is 5 o'clock, and that means I'm officially off the Abbey's Kitchen work clock and on to my mom clock. And really, honestly, mom clock never stops, never starts, it's just never ending. And I love it, but you've got to have a lot of energy because my kid is in that stage where he just does not stop. And he skipped his nap this afternoon. So it's gonna be a really great witching hour here. Wish me luck.
Oh, not quite. There you go. Close enough.
Okay, so we've been basically cooking all day. The last thing I want to do is have to cook a whole other meal for dinner. So I'm basically just going to pull together odds and ends from the fridge. And also we made a big casserole while we were recipe testing today, so I definitely want to dig into that.
All right, so here we go. Here's our little casserole. Oh my God, this is heavy. This is awkward. This is hard to do with my Okay, yeah, it still looks pretty good. Still looks awesome.
So this is another recipe that is now up on the blog, so I'll leave a link below. And it can be made vegan or vegetarian depending on what kind of cheese that you use, but it's really great. It's got like bean puree in there and tons of veggies and some whole grain noodles. It is really super tasty. And like I said, like why cook from scratch when I have like a massive casserole in the fridge? So we ate that for dinner, and I probably ate that for like 2 other days afterwards just to get through.
Obviously, when I shot it for Instagram this morning, it looked better, but I think it still looks pretty good and fresh.
So here's my portion. Not sure if I'm gonna eat all of it, but I also served it with some steamed green beans that I was making for baby E. And I topped mine off with just a little bit of olive oil and lemon. And then baby E got some steamed carrots, some of the pasta, some green beans, and those no-bake granola bars. So one thing that I want to point out is that yes, I served my son dessert at the same time as the rest of the meal. And I do this, of course, to remove the novelty factor around dessert and sweet foods. So basically, I practice what we call the division of responsibility in feeding. So what this means is that me, as a parent, I decide what, when, and where meals happen, and my son decides if and how much he's going to eat. That is all on him. And by serving dessert with the main course, he learns how to properly regulate his appetite so that he's not eating to satiety with his main course and then eating past satiety with his dessert. And I also don't want him to learn that like the vegetables and the protein are the gross foods that he has to drag himself through in order to be rewarded with some kind of dessert. So I know what you guys are thinking, this bitch is crazy, but the reality is that my son will often eat his broccoli first. Sometimes he will eat his dessert first, and sometimes he will alternate bite for bite. He is just listening to his body, and that is amazing. Ultimately, I am just trying to teach him that dessert is just another food and not something to be obsessed over or hoarded.
All right, so favorite time of day, baby E's bath time, story, and milk. So last little sip of the day. Okay, last little treat of the night is this strawberry rhubarb sorbet or sorbetto, if we want to be fancy. And I've just topped it off with a little bit of almonds for some crunch, and of course some extra, really good fats and some protein and fiber in there. So yummy. This is my favorite time of day. So good. Rhubarb, anything is the best. Really cold though, so I'm gonna have a little brain freeze moment, but I still want more. Okay folks, I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. I have a very strict no screen time rule, about 2 hours ideally before bed, but usually it ends up being just like an hour before bed, but still I'm cutting myself off here folks. So I'm gonna wash my face, brush my teeth, and take my supplements, and then start to read a book. So I usually like to read in bed. I probably should do it out of bed, but I usually read in bed just to let myself kind of get drowsy, as opposed to watching something on my phone or an iPad or a television. It's a lot better for your kind of sleep regulation. So I'm gonna start the routine.
Okay, so this is what I'm taking right now. I've got my omega-3s, I've got vitamin E for fertility purposes. I'm taking a prenatal multivitamin. I'm not pregnant, but anybody that is a woman of childbearing age should, of course, take a prenatal just for safety. And then also some NAC for fertility purposes. So guys, there you have it. Of course, I want to reiterate that this is not meant to be a diet how-to. It's not prescriptive. It would be really weird for someone try to kind of mimic what I'm doing here, because ultimately I was just letting my body be my guide. And of course, I'm conscious about what I eat. I'm conscious enough to take supplements because I know that they may help my fertility journey. I'm conscious to make more sustainable fish choices when I go to the grocery store. But there's a difference between being conscious and being obsessive. And who I was 10 years ago, that what I eat in a day would be very, very different than what I'm showing you today. And if I took another what I eat in a day tomorrow or a week from now, it would also look very different. Because again, there really are no strict rules here. So I think what I want you guys to take away from this is that I'm all about transparency. I'm also about, you know, everybody kind of trying to find what works for them and their body. And this is just kind of like what worked for me that day. And that's not necessarily a consistent thing. And some days I listen really intently to what my body tells me. And sometimes like I don't, and that's okay. I don't punish myself for that. But that's really has been a long journey for me to get to this point. And my hope for you is that you can also find your own way in terms of what works for you and your body. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you have questions, if you'd like to see more What I Eat in a Days, if you'd like to see me review other YouTubers What I Eat in a Days. Of course, I have a whole playlist right here, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, send this to your friends, and I will see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye.